What's up, all the peoples? This is Ridiculous Badger. I'm coming at you. And we got an update coming. So, dear pilots of New Eden, Eve Echoes will undergo maintenance. A blah 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 will take approximately too long to complete during the time. Blah 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 blah. Okay, new features. Number one, optimized audio files for lower RAM usage. That's great. Yep. Two, custom art assets for the winners of the corporation video contest have been added. This was something that it was the short video contest that was conducted over a couple of months ago. So I believe it ended in the end of October. So yeah, I understand things take time. I appreciate knowing that they did this. Great, whatever. Three, enlarged colon, whatever. Enlarge the tappable area of the star map filter button for easier access. We love quality of life improvements and usability fixes. 4. Whenever an outpost is destroyed, all assets within will be automatically transferred to a nearby non-nullsec NPC station. I believe that this mechanic existed in the game previously, but I'm not sure exactly. I don't think it was the nearest non-nullsec NPC station. I think it might have been the closest ITC. This more carefully mirrors the Eve Online mechanic, which is good. If you get your stuff destroyed, if you get the station blown up and it had your stuff in it, make it easy for us to get that stuff out, right? I believe that there is a fee though, so nothing. There's no such thing as a free space lunch. 5. When capsuleers anchor a structure, they have to keep at least 5,000 kilometers away from other structures to successfully anchor. That makes sense. I was in an alliance previously where or I was in a coalition, I should say, previously, where two corps basically stuck outposts like right next to each other. It was like 800 kilometers away from each other. So I mean, I get this. This makes sense. 6. The size of the corporation avatar logo has been slightly adjusted. Whatever. 7. It's no longer possible to use autopilot to enter a capsuleer outpost if you do not have permission to access it. Yes, so this is like if you leave something on a corporation or on an outpost, I should say, and like for whatever reason you lose access to that outpost. I guess people were just autopiloting right in. Like you can't warp to it and dock to it, but autopilot is derpy, and it makes sense that they cut out this loophole. 8. The time needed for contract transaction auditing has been reduced. Good. It's way too long. It's way too long. Like, people have way too many characters. They want to send stuff like right before a fleet op, and then they have to deal with audit timers and like juggling items in order to reduce audit timers. So great. I mean, they should figure out some way to like reduce audit timers as much as possible. Huge fan of reducing audit timers. 7. It's no longer possible to use. I already read this one before. 9. Added a colon, a daily limit for gifting contracts, value difference over 150%, which can be viewed in the contract interface details. I don't like this because this is a mechanic that already exists, unless they're going to say that. Okay, let me back up for a second. You don't have an audit timer if you send items from one character to another character on the same account. There's no limit to that currently. If this mechanic is saying that there's now going to be a limit for the amount of times that you could do that per day without audit timers, then we are going to have an issue over here because it's basically just censoring real players. However, this could be an added mechanic where, let's say you want to gift an item to a character not on the same account, and maybe this way, like, you will be able to bypass the audit or have less of an audit. In that way, I would approve of this, but if they're going to use this to restrict players more than they're currently restricting them, then this would be bad. This would be no bueno. So we will have to see what that means, actually. 10. Improved colon. There's a lot of colons getting added and fluxed around here. This display of the standing tag. I am not exactly sure. I guess this might be an issue. This is probably the issue where sometimes you will see in local that people appear red or people appear blue when in fact they're blue or in fact they're red. So, if this is what they're talking about, fixing those, or It's a big deal for people. It's a big deal, and it causes a lot of heartache and headaches for alliances and for corporations and coalitions. So hopefully, they are fixing those glitches. Fix the colon. An issue where drones which attack players didn't display criminal timers when relevant. Yeah, drones are super derpy, so glad that they're closing some loopholes. 13. Now commodities like structure components, data cores, barrels of water, etc. can be put into the structure hold of industrial ships. That makes sense. Okay. It's nice to see some added functionality to any of the industrial ships, to be quite honest with you peoples. 14. Added a colon. A notification prompt when a new advanced tutorial quest is available. Yeah, because those are super important, right? Like, you need to make sure that you get your shield hardening 5, right? Right. 15. Improve the colon. The navigation bar on the main interface. Okay. Dude, they keep touching this thing. They keep touching this navigation bar. Now it displays different colors based on the security rating of your current system. All right, that's a nice usability fix. That's nice. 16. Custom corporation banners made in the corporation video contest have now been added to the game. Wait a minute. 16 did they just have this? Yeah. 2. Custom art was the first one, so I think they added a skin. So number 2 must refer to the skin. Number 16 refers to the banner. Netties, put them right next to each other, okay? When they're like issues, this should have been number 3. This doesn't need to be number 16. 17, improve the colon. The process of directly fitting modules to ships. Now you could only leave a station after completing the fitting process. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. I guess we will see. We will see what this means, but I mean, I'm not aware of a way to leave a station, without, whether you fill out all your slots or not, your ship is fit. So, I mean, I guess we will have to see what this does. 18, added a colon, a purchase Omega button to the bottom left corner of the skill screen for alpha players, because what we need are more advertisements in the game. 19, improved the arithmetic behind market price estimates of items. Yes, please, it's insane how whatever their arithmetic was in the past, it was wrong. It was bad arithmetic. We need this to be in more real time. It can't be like a month behind perpetually, because the audit timers are based on whatever the arithmetic is that sets the average market price. So if something's worth 5 million ISK today, but a month ago it was worth 200 million ISK, if you try and send it to someone, it's going to be on hold for something like 5 hours. That's redonkulous. So yeah, please, whatever this should be. You should not be hiding this. Netties, everybody wants this one. This should not be number 19. This should be number 1 or 5 at the most. 20. It's now possible to enter Capsuleer outposts with a one-way standing setting. So I guess before, I might be wrong on this, but I speculate that what this was is possibly if you were neutral to a corporation, but a corporation set you as permitted to dock, maybe you couldn't dock at the Capsuleer outpost. If I'm wrong, someone please correct me. If someone knows what this number 20 is, please put it in the comments below. 21. You can now share solar system in star map to channel. Great. 22. The wallet has been optimized to show market transaction, add specific item names, item quantities, and order locations. Awesome! I wanted this at day 1. I do a lot of trading. I have multiple max level trader characters that just station trade, and my wallet is just, I can't tell what anything is. This should have been there day 1. I love knowing how much I paid for an item and what item it was. That's gigantic. This is gonna make it so much easier to trade as an occupation. It's going to make it easier to track over time what you're paying for items. Now we just need to be able to export wallet data and market data to Excel. But I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. 23. Unsent messages are now saved for next time. Yeah, dude, if I would type something in the chat box, if you go off the screen or whatever, it just disappears. And it's really frustrating because sometimes you'll have to talk to someone in the middle of a fleet, let's say somebody comes into your anomaly and everybody in your fleet goes FC, talk to the person. Now if you click on the wrong button, it clears out what you're saying. So I hope this will make it easier to communicate in space. 24. Added the function of saving personal locations, corporation locations. Saving corporation locations requires corporation locations permission to use. Is this a precursor to bookmarks? People, this might be a precursor to bookmarks. Where, right now you could only... The way to save a location... I assume this is a docking location. The way to save one is that you have to put something on the station, but you have to go there to make sure you have something there. Hopefully, we'll see how this is implemented. This could be very big news if it's not just docking locations. If it's bookmarks. Oh, that would be killer. We need those, right? Yes. 25. Updated the resources and tips of the free training interface. Whatever. 26. Moved the login reward button to the event interface. Again, whatever. The buttons in the station, I don't think anyone cares, where they're located, where they are, on the right side of that panel. Whatever. 27. Added additional star map statistics. Great. What are they? Guys, tell us what they are. You already know what they are. Don't tell us that you're just vaguely whatever. Okay, I'm harping on them too much. These are really great patch notes. I'm not being sarcastic. Fixes. 1. Fixed an issue where the conflict in the permission of the corporation office resulted in the inability to rent the corporation office in the corporation outpost of other corporations within the alliance. Great. This is going to make it easier for corporations to work together within an alliance. So glad that they fixed that. 2. When acquiring ancient remains using planetary interaction, throw them out. No. Each launch will only have 24 hours of extraction time. Ancient remains will not be obtained after 24 hours. I don't know what this means. I guess this means that you could only get ancient remains once every 24 hours. I don't know. This is a little bit too broken English for me. 3. Fixed, : the conflict between player name and rich text that would cause an error in share links. Yeah, great. I imagine that there were some characters that people utilized in their names that when you would link them, it would just cause the text to blank out or to go fluxy. 4. Fix the problem where some corporations could not open the alliance interface to the corporation outpost. None of these fixes are completely game breaking, but not having suffered from many of them happen to be hilarious to read. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.